listen closely. Can you hear the difference between this and this? Or between this
Daydream and I'm thinking about you. What?
and this?
Daydream and I'm thinking about you. What?
What if I told you only difference between these sounds are single effects chain that pros use all the time, and beginners probably don't know about it at all? In next few minutes, I'm going to show 5 game-changing effects chains that can transform your tracks. Hop in. Vocal ice effects. So we have these vocals over here. This vocal needs this icing ambient so that we can feel the emotions. Starts with a single vintage reverb, bring in Valhalla, and we are going to create parallel chains. The first one, clean, and the second one will be 100% Valhalla. We don't want the reverb to be too big. I'm going to bring down the length, but it will be still whole reverb, it's still big, and cut off the lows. Bring down the volume a bit. Now we have this. After that, we need the sound a bit more on your face. So I'm going to bring in a tube distortion right after the reverb. Let me solve the reverb so you can hear. Without. So there's a bit more saturation and distortion in the sound. And then we're going to cut the lows and highs and boost the mid. Classic Abbey Road style. And final piece is sidechain the vocal onto itself. So vocals and whole reverbs gets a bit of separation. And I'm going to bring down the volume even more now. Now to get the icing, we need a shimmer reverb. I'm going to use Valhalla Shimmer. Again, 100% mix. Shimmer basically means the sound is tuned up 1 octave. So in this case, you see, shift 12 semitones. Now we have this. You see all this sizzling ice? That's what I meant. We're going to use EQ. Now we're gonna focus more on the highs because we have a very rich mid whole reverb anyways. And this time the separation is less important, but we are gonna use a super slight separation with the vocals. Bring down the volumes. Now we have this. Beautiful, isn't it? And the final piece will be giving a bit of room echo so that it sounds a bit more natural. I'm gonna use Timeless. You can use anything. I have this triplet duck delay sound. Again, I'm separating it from the vocal with compression. Now we have this. Look how much difference a single chain makes now. Icy, and beautiful. Second one is one of my own innovations, and it will improve the definition in your tracks. It won't transform your sounds, but it will give that 10-20% extra. Listen to these drums. Pretty cool, but I think the transient could be a bit better and overall side information could be also a bit more spread. The first step is separating the sides from the mids. Take utility, right click here, mid side mode, all the way to the right sides, all the way to the left the mids. Ctrl G, duplicate, let's call this one mid, and this one will be side. If you are worried about this will creating phasing issues, it won't. Let me prove you. This is the one that separated 100%, and this one is just the same without separation but phase flip. So when we play together, if there's no phasing issues, they should cancel each other. And they thought, what did I do wrong? Okay, both are mid. So total silence means that they completely cancel each other, so we basically have the same sound. So how does it go? To improve definition, I will improve the transient in the middle. I can put a transient shaper in the mid channel and boost the attack, meaning that the mid transient will be pronounced a bit more. Without. Do you hear it? Especially with the snare. Now, this is only the first step. Then we go to the sides. This time we are going to introduce a sustain on the sides. Without. With. Right? Slightly more. And finally, I'm going to take an EQ and put a high shelf and boost the highs a bit more. Without these two. Now, all together without. And with. To hear it? Transients in the mid hits harder and the highs on the side sustained and slightly louder, giving this increased perceived definition. If you feel like you are going to use these effects chains, please like and subscribe. It really pushes me to make more videos like this. And the third one is my own take on chorus vocals. And this is important if you have a single vocal, but you still want to get thick vocals out of it. Listen to this.
Daydream and I'm thinking about you. What? You saying queen, I'm not linking
You
with
gotta get this thicker. So it goes like this. You take a chorus. In this case, I really like this one. And get it around 50% wet. Let me have this.
Daydream and I'm thinking about you.
It will give a bit stereo and a bit pitch modulation to the sound. It's not enough. Group this up. Now bring an auto-tune or something that you can pitch down or up your primary vocals. Duplicate twice. First one, 50% left, minus 6 dB. Second one, 50% right, minus 6 dB again. And the first one, we're gonna transpose one octave up. Play around the format until it blends nicely with the original vocal. And the second one, let's go down. So this will create the illusion of more people singing the same sound. Now we have this.
And I'm thinking about you. What? You saying queen, I'm not linking.
Now I'm gonna group these two together one more time. Select both, Ctrl G. Now this is chorus and this is back vocals. What you wanna do, first EQ 8 to the sides, cut the super lows, and more importantly, give them a slight delay so that we can get more width and effects from the back vocals. Using Timeless over here, now we have this. Timeless has ducking effect, so I don't need to put a compressor and duck from the original vocal together. Now we have this.
Daydream and I'm thinking about you. What?
Let's add a bit of reverb. I have a Pro R in turn channel. You can use anything that you like, but for this type of tight, thick vocals, you need to use something short. In this case, we have like a small room here.
You. What? You saying queen, I'm not linking without you.
Right? There is one final thing that we need to do. The middle vocal, the one that has chorus on it, we have to brighten up and distort it a bit more. First, overdrive.
Daydream and I'm thinking.
And
daydream
EQ.
and I'm thinking about
Right?
you. What? You saying
Really
queen,
cool.
I'm not linking without.
Now together, down.
Daydream and I'm thinking about you. What? You saying queen, I'm not linking without you. The same team, you know I never doubt you. I mean, I'm playing mean just to see how your mouth move. I mean, I pick you up at 8. It's not a date, it's a wave. I can wait, there's an ace in my spade. Hey.
Beautiful, as it should be. Did you feel like your delays are a bit dull compared to pros? Let me show you a cool delay effects chain. Let's take this sound. Super simple, relatively boring sound. Take any delay you like. I'm gonna use echo for this one. Create a chain. Start with short delay. In this case, we're gonna go 134, and let's aim to get this darker, deeper sound with short feedback. Now we have this. Now we need to make this a bit more ambient. Let's put a reverb on top. Because there's a slight delay, it won't hit at the same time the original plug hits. But we can make it even better. Take a sidechain compression. Together we have this. Do you feel it? Supernatural, isn't it? Super/natural, not supernatural. This call is short. Now, we're gonna do the same thing, but this time I want to add a chorus to break apart that plucky sound. We done? Good. This time we focus more on the mids with the longer echo and feedback. On top, shorter reverb, and it is relatively dry, only 20%. We are getting there, sidechain the original sound. Now we have this. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if we had something on top as well, on the high end, maybe even slower. One more time, start with echo. This time, we only get the highs with a much longer delay time, but with single feedback. Now we have this, right? Now, we want it to be longer, add a shimmer or brighter reverb or dry. And I want it to be pumping a bit. So this time we are gonna sidechain it to kick. Look, without any effects. And all together, without any effects. And together with the effects chain. Mind-blowing, isn't it? Oh, this one is real juicy, and again, one of my own innovations, and it will give that punch that you need basically for your leads especially, but it works on drums and other instruments as well. Listen to this. That lead sound, well, it is fine, but what if we could make it stronger so that we can feel the presence a bit more? The main purpose of this chain is first pushing the transients up and distorting it and clipping afterwards. So you end up with this very in-your-face but still transient sound even after the clipping. It goes like this. Start with the transient shaper that you like. I'm gonna go for spiff. You can go for anything that you like. I'm gonna Just get this juicy high end area. You can make it even longer. Yeah. Now, obviously, it is too much alone. But before we clip this, we are going to introduce a distortion so that initial transient will hit the distortion ceiling and even add extra saturation. I like to use really warm distortions for this because the hitting will be very hard. Something like Walter Culture. That. It sausagifies a little bit. And then afterwards, we're going to introduce clipping. I'm just going to shave all the tops so it does thin and start to disappear. Now, all together, without, and with. Use this method whenever you need your leads stronger, but not all over the place.